Hey everybody, we are going to get some healing messages today. So these are collective readings. If you were drawn here, then trust that there is a message for you. This first card out, we're going to see what is this rooted in. Okay, Spirit is just going to tell us what we're talking about, but we're going to receive healing messages. What is this rooted in that's drawn these people here today? I'm feeling like there is like ancestral links, like breaking generational curses, you could say, or changing patterns that have been passed down throughout your family. Okay, so 15, the Copperhead, deception, and bad influences. This is a tough card to come out to start with, but this is what it's rooted in. So we're going to get healing messages about how to move around from that energy, okay? So when you see this come out, deception and bad influences, it feels like we're going to be talking about some people in your life that perhaps don't need to be there. The number 1, like the Magician, the number 5, the number of change. So what Spirit is letting us know is that you have the power to change this. This is something that has been plaguing you for a long time, whatever drew you here today. And it's something that gets you really emotional. I feel like a lot of you that are drawn here today, it's coming across really strongly that you come across as though you're not afraid, you're unaffected, you're unafflicted. I'm hearing like the copperhead snake. Most people would be intimidated by seeing this. So you might be someone that wears a very tough skin. Snakes shed their skin, so they're also saying you might be someone who changes often. Maybe you have moved in the past to try to avoid dealing with whatever this issue is, to try to avoid facing the hurt, the pain, the truth. Whenever you do that with something that is causing you trauma or pain, it's going to keep coming back up. No matter how many times you shed your skin, no matter how many times you change your clothes, no matter how many times you change your place of residence or where you go to school or who you're hanging around, if this is something that is rooted within your soul, it's going to continue to crop up. So you have to really deal with it, because this blue here is not only signifying the depth of the emotions that you have associated with this, but it's also the color of healing, the color of the throat chakra, communicating your truth, okay? And what's going to be on the other side of this, of course, is the healing that we're looking for in the reading. But the number 1, 5, that's going to come out to a 6. So that's also like the Lovers. You're going to get to a place where you can really enjoy your life. Let's just start getting some more cards out here. So deception and bad influences, you're going to have to be careful about who is in your life. You might know some people that you need to remove from your life, or there could just be bad habits in your life that you're wanting to remove. What messages do they need to hear? This is what you're moving towards. But let's take a look here. Okay, this makes sense. Weed, don't tolerate less than you deserve. So are there people in your family or your friend circle that treat you like less than you deserve, or a job that's treating you like less than you deserve, less than your worth? But this is also about self-perception, okay? You have to dig a little bit deeper, is what Spirit is saying, to find that radiance that is within you. Because it's the way that we perceive ourselves that is going to affect how people show up to us in the world. So you need to dig a little bit deeper. Because right now, the message is that you're tolerating less than what you deserve in some area of your life. But if you dig a little deeper, you're going to start to experience your own radiance. Keep your head held high and follow the sun. Follow your sun. So there's a harvest, there's a bountifulness. We're all bountiful if we connect with the Spirit that we actually are, instead of just our physical selves that we see every day. That's why we have to dig a little bit deeper, go within. Meditating could definitely be something that's important for you. And we have the card Retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. And there's that little doorway there. So there's more to you to be seen. More of yourself that you are going to be discovering down this path. So that's what we're going to be getting out of these healing messages today. Is there's a doorway for you. There's an opportunity. Spirit is saying some of you will literally be traveling since we have retreat there. You could even be traveling with someone that you need to have a conversation with, is what I'm hearing. And it could be a good opportunity, a good space for you all to have that conversation. I'm going to get some tarot out here in a minute. But let's take a look at these, because with this card, I really want to see, what are we looking forward to? What are we looking forward to if we take these steps to heal and to get to a better place? You know, we always need some encouragement and an arrow. Okay, you have a snake again. So snakes could be significant for you guys. Especially snake is often associated with fear for a lot of people. So this healing message could be something that you fear. Again, something that you fear facing. Something that you'd rather avoid, that you'd rather not deal with. We have vitality with the fig. 3 and 2, that's 5 again. It's time to change this. It's time to change this. They're showing me the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. There's a new pathway. You have to see a new way for yourself forward. But with this here, vitality, and figs are often pictured around like an Empress energy in the traditional tarot. So, you know, what you're going to receive if you follow the steps through this healing pathway is fruitfulness in your life. Again, a harvest, like when we said follow the sun, a harvest in abundance. Sometimes they say you have to be cut back to bring forth more fruit, so it might be a little painful to face the situation that you're facing now. But once you do that, it's like the pruning of a tree. You're going to be able to bring forth more fruit. These are full of seeds. You're going to be able to bring forth more fruit in your life, more prosperity, more abundance, more joy, more good things, more of what you want. Let's go ahead and get out some tarot. Yeah, so what are you healing from? Sleepless nights, frustration, something that's been on your mind, something that's been bothering you for a long time, something that keeps you awake, hurting, frustrated. That is mental anguish right there. The healing is ready to come in. We have the Temperance here, so your guardian angels, your spirit guides are ready to be here to come in to support you through this healing process. So you have the support. You're not alone in this. King of Wands. Yeah, it feels like you have the power in the moment to move through this situation where before you may not have had the power. You may not have felt your own power. Right, the 5 of Cups, this is more of that energy that you've been in here. But with the 5 of Cups, there's always the 3 cups that are spilled over, and then you have the 2 cups that are standing up here. Water under the bridge. So again, this is healing from something that has been affecting you for a long time. Maybe even something since childhood. They started out talking about those generational curses, breaking generational patterns, and we have the Chariot. So this is really a moment for you to step into your power like the King of Wands. This is a moment for you to find something new, to discover something new about yourself, and to step into the power of the truth of who you know that you are. You know who you are, but are you acknowledging it? That's what Spirit is saying. I will actually get those cards in a moment. I'm going to grab one of these crystal cards. But with the Chariot and the Temperance being here, it's time to go full speed ahead. And again, with the King of Wands being there also, it's time to step into that power. To not just look like you're in your power, but to feel and experience your true power. Okay. Release your emotional baggage. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about water under the bridge with the Five of Cups there. It's time to release your emotional baggage. So you know what this is. It's the weed in your garden. It's what you've been hanging on to. You've been trying to show up like this snake to avoid it. And also, yes, the snake can represent people who are shady or deceptive, or who you feel like have hurt you or wronged you in some way in your life. But also the message is coming through that the snake is just being the snake. So it might be a place where you have to understand that that person, if it's a person that hurt you, or even a situation that bothered you, it's just showing up how it's supposed to be. It's like how they say nothing is either good or bad. It's how we perceive it. It's how we're dealing with it, right? So they're just being them. But you choose how you're going to respond to this and how you're going to handle this. You can look at the Two of Cups. You can let that be water under the bridge and let it continue to flow and see what else is coming up in these healing waters with the Temperance. Release your emotional baggage. The water is talking all about your emotions. We talked about that over here as well. Get out of your own way. So again, with this stone showing up here, this is something that has been affecting your mind a great deal. And the message from Spirit is for you to get out of your own way. Don't let your ego be in the driver's seat, because you deserve to find healing for yourself. And when you arrive at this place of healing, you're going to feel more soothed. You're going to feel more emotionally balanced. You're going to feel more connected to your spiritual self. And you're going to be bringing forth fruit. And you're going to be standing in your power. You're going to be experiencing and seeing your radiance. Okay, but there's a piece of you that's holding on to whatever this is. So you have to let that go. Okay, Spirit, what deck are we looking at next? I think it's going to be these. These are really beautiful cards. Let's see what message they have for you. Look at that. New experiences and possibilities. 18. 18. This is a moment for you to choose. It's graduation season right now when this video is going to be posted up. So that's something they're bringing through also. It's time for you to graduate. They're showing me the cap and the gown. It's time for you to graduate. It's time for you to put your tassel on the other side. It's time to show that you're done with this level of your life. Are you ready to graduate to something new? Because this is a horse here symbolizing freedom. You have the ability to move through this. The water is still flowing. You're reminiscing on these cups over here, but the water is still flowing. There's always flow. There's always movement. Do you want to get in that stream and move forward? There's an opportunity for freedom right here. The butterfly, the transformation, okay, the fresh blooms. And also Spirit is bringing through the reminder that when one bloom goes away, another bloom comes out. There's seasons to life, but you can keep a garden going forever. New experiences and possibilities. That's what you're stepping into if you get out of your own way. That's a beautiful message. Okay, what can they do to help themselves at this time? You know, I'm going to pull those in a moment. I'm actually going to pull one of these cards first. Too many cards stacked up. What are you going to do? What are you gonna do? Okay. I want to see why you're going through this. What is it gonna help you gain? These cards give a lot of spiritual insight. Trust. This is about trusting yourself and being able to find discernment in who you decide to trust in the future. But learning also whatever this situation or whatever this person is to you that is represented by that snake in that negative situation, because it had deception on there as well. Learning that you can trust again is going to open you up to new experiences and possibilities and relationships and opportunities. So this is an opportunity for you to regain trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Right, so maybe you couldn't trust in this person or this situation, but that doesn't mean that you can't trust in the world. It doesn't mean that you can't trust in God. It doesn't mean that you can't trust and heal and move forward. It doesn't mean that you can't trust yourself. Because even if someone else chooses to show up in this energy, you can trust that you are always being guided. You have the Temperance there. You can trust that you're always being guided. And you can accept that your inner voice will always guide you correctly. This energy is coming through really strong, so you're definitely about to arrive at that place. Okay, yes, let's end on these cards about how can you support yourself in this time. What do they need to get through this season, to get out of their own way, to receive the healing? And that's all you have to do is just receive it. You just have to make up in your mind that instead of avoiding it, you're going to receive the healing in this moment. This is like the Temperance card. Your angels are coming through strong right here, letting you know that you have support. Beautiful. Speak to yourself with kindness. Maybe some of you have been really hard on yourself throughout this process. The stories we tell ourselves create the patterns which we live by. See, that's holding on to this old energy right here. That's holding on to this. You got to quit telling yourself this story if you want to arrive at these blessings. Let it be water under the bridge. They keep saying that. Each day our self-talk is either trapping us in old beliefs. That's what this card is. Or empowering us. Okay? Or empowering us to live a life of love and acceptance. Become aware of how you talk to yourself. Is it with a voice of love? If not, how can you speak to yourself in a way that empowers you? Okay, so you're going to be paying attention to how you're talking to yourself moving forward, to how you're talking about these people, because it doesn't matter about these people. It matters how the conversation is affecting you. Do you get what I'm saying? We also have the card, I am. I am safe. I am supported. I am worthy. I am unique. I am honest. I am true. I am abundant. I am present. I am strong. I am open. I am wise. I am cared for. I am good. I am accepted. I belong. Now is the time to practice affirmations. Know that you are and speak the words that you need to hear over yourself now. So forgive yourself and how you showed up in these situations, relationships, whatever these are in your life. Forgive yourself how you showed up in those moments. Forgive those people for whatever they tried to make you believe about yourself, because it's not true. What is true? This says I am true. So what is true is whatever you decide about yourself, and you can decide right now today. So speaking to yourself with kindness, this is a similar card encouraging you to use affirmations and to know the truth about who you are, so that you can grow in this trust with yourself again and in trust with your spirit when we see the purple, the crown chakra, okay? And the final card here, do what you need to do. So again, sometimes that is going to be cutting ties with people, but sometimes it's just letting go of an expectation that you have of people, I'm hearing, expecting them to show up in a different way. expecting them to show up in the way that you need them to, change that thought and show up for yourself. What it is that we want and what it is that we need can be two separate things. And when it is so, is often the difference between self-indulgence and self-care. Are you indulging in those stories? Is that really caring for yourself? Reflect upon the difference between these two in your life. Ask yourself if they have meant the same thing to you and how this might have impacted your journey. Okay, we're going to leave that right there, and I hope that you found these healing messages helpful, and I will see you again.